Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list and market talk for the 30th of May, Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight. We did have some earnings come out. This news courtesy of the trade exchange. Vive came out with earnings beat by 5 cents. Revenue beat there on Vive stock moving up in the after hours tonight. TLYS earnings per share beat by 1 cent. Revenue beat on TLYS. That stock selling off in the after hours. VRNT earnings per share beat by 10 cents. Revenue beat. VRNT raising guidance for fiscal year 2020 on VRNT. That stock is in the software application space. It closed at 57.46, currently trading at 58.46, so up about $1 in the after hours tonight. We got some comments here from CNBC. We advise the U.S. side not to underestimate the Chinese side's ability to safeguard its development rights and interests. Don't say we didn't warn you, the People's Daily said in a commentary, that coming from CNBC, coming out after the bell. So the trade war rhetoric continues to build here between China and the United States. No decision or no agreement so far yet in that war between the Chinese and the U.S. In the trade talks. Palo Alto Networks announces intent to acquire two companies to extend its cloud security leadership. Palo Alto Networks came out with earnings after the bell tonight. They beat by 6 cents. Revenue beat there on PANW, Palo Alto Networks. That stock moving down in the after hours, down about $11 in the after hours. PVH earnings per share beat by 2 cents. Revenue miss on PVH. That coming out tonight. Stock moving down on that revenue miss. Palo Alto Networks also lowered earnings per share guidance after the bell. PVH lowering guidance after the bell tonight. APTO announced an offering of shares here on APTO. That stock down in the after hours tonight, getting hit on that offering. We had ENPH do an offering also, was very strong throughout the day here on ENPH. As you can see, it closed at 16.29 after the offering, just lost about 29 cents here in the after hours. Very strong stock throughout the day today on ENPH. I believe they're involved in the solar space for semiconductors and solars. Anyway, they're doing an offering, 120 million convertible senior notes on that one. ENPH. ECOR was halted after the bell tonight. Then they came out with a cost-cutting reduction plan for ECOR. So they liked what they heard there. The stock closed at 206, trading up at $2.54 currently in the after hours on ECOR. API data showing a big drawdown. The API numbers came out, and it was a 5.2 million crude oil drawdown on those numbers. Let's check the USO. USO holding up. Even with that drawdown numbers coming out, and so USO moving up into the for the day here, and moving up and holding up in the after hours tonight. Let's see. JetBlue focuses on long-term emission strategy. So let's just check JetBlue real fast. Not too much in reaction to that. Once again, this news coming from thetradeexchange.com. I wanted to show you a few alerts that we did in the service today. We were watching each day. We put in news into the service. We also get audio news from the trade exchange. So here was some of the stocks we were watching. ELTK had volume. Here's the earnings report that came out on ELTK. So that was on our watch today. OBLN was getting volume. All these alerts, information is put in. These aren't actual alerts yet. We start the room at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time time each day. So at 7:30, 7 o'clock, we start putting news in. Let's see, our first news information was in the room at 6:31 on Fold. We also had AMRN up in the pre-market, and alert there on AMRN. So as you can see, we're up bright and early in the room, 6:45 a.m. Eastern time. SOLY had some news this morning. Blink had some news. All that gets posted in the room. And once again, we also have our audio news and our screen share up of our trade ideas scanners. Here we are building our list for today. AMRN was on watch, ELTK, CARA, FCSC, OBLN, RWLK. So as you can see, I'm talking on the mic from about 8:45 a.m. and then throughout the day, and we're building our watch list here. We were watching VLRX over 355. Here's the one that we caught today at 9:42 a.m. All right, with a 12-cent stop, ELTK over 302. And as you know, this stock ran all the way up to $8. Now, I did not get all of that, but we did make $2 on, here was ELTK, a $1 gainer. And then if you look here, you see ELTK from 302. ELTK became a $2 gainer today for most in the room. So a nice way to start out the day. We also traded RWLK. We were watching that for a trade. And what else? We traded SOLY, SOLY. We took SOLY. We're watching SOLY for the $20 break. Watch SOLY again, $20 break, SOLY. It popped up, but we were doing this one in the early morning at around 8:03, 8:23. Took some off here, and so I'm in charge of the room. I'm the founder of the room, but in the off-topic tab. But for the privacy of our members, I won't show you that tab. That's where they put in their alerts and information for the room. Great teamwork in there in the service at Zozo StockWatch. So let's go ahead and get into some of the action in the markets. I'm not going to dwell too much on it today. The markets were down about 400 points. We ended up the day down 221 points on the Dow Jones 30. The industrials, the transports were down 76. The Nasdaq down 60. The S&P 500 down 19. The SPY came down, and a lot of the averages indices came down to about the 200 SMA, and we did get a bounce. Now we need to find out, are they going to confirm us back up to the upside here, or are we going to break down? So the numbers to watch here right now, we have the low today of 276.71, so all eyes will be on that. And then to the high side, everybody will be watching that 2800 on the SPX or 280 on the SPY to see if we can get back above that. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away for tomorrow, but that right now we have this hammer candle right here on the 200 SMA. We have bounced before around the 200 SMA for that move up. So tomorrow is an important day. It's not the end all and be all. If we just kind of stay in a consolidation mode here on the indices, and hold above the 200 SMA and then gradually work our way back, that would be fine. Let's take a look at the Qs. That also holding above the 200 SMA for the day. The IWM continued to show weakness here, still below the 150 number. Broke that down yesterday on the IWM. The IBB, not much action there, below all the moving averages. The XBI also. Now, if you've been watching my channel and this videos, you know that the rare earths have been in play. I was talking about them last week. So today they get a nice move up, 3.37%. So I took some money off the table on REMX. Also, we had the VIX gaining some strength here. We have a 17-18 handle on the VIX. Still not worried here until we start getting above 20, and then we can start getting nervous. And then we have the 22 area that we're not even close to. we haven't even been up to 20 yet on the VIX. So we'll see. Right now we have a 17, 18 handle on the VIX. So, not complacent, a little bit of worry in the markets. I would say the markets are vulnerable right now. Now, tomorrow I think will be an important day. If we get another big sell-off, I think people will start to get nervous in the markets. But right now, the VIX ticking up, but not showing a drastic amount of fear out there as of yet. If we go ahead and look at some of the sectors, the retailers took it on the chin today, down over 2%. Everything else down around 1% for the day. On the upside, you do see the XOP bounced a little bit in the oil and gas exploration, and XAR aerospace and defense bouncing a little bit for today. To the downside in our sector watch, let's see, we had the MJ, the marijuana ETF, down 2%. We had PSJ, which is the software ETF, that was down 1%. Back to the upside, we had Nat Gas getting some buying. UNG, FXI was up today again. That's 2 days in a row. Yesterday up 0.5%, up over 0.75% today on the FXI. So trying to mount a little bit of a bounce here off of 40. The China index, 25 index ETF. The KRE was up today. The regional banks. Let's go ahead and check the XLF real fast and see what that did today. XLF, here we go. XLF did not bounce today, down fractionally for the day, but holding around that 100 SMA on the XLF. Some of the earnings you have for tomorrow before the bell, you have the dollar stores coming out tomorrow: Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Canadian Solar, CSIQ, Burlington, BURL, Costco, Zscaler, Okta. Nutanix will be reporting. Alto reporting after the bell Thursday. VMware, Gap Stores, GPS symbol there, VMW symbol here. Big Lots on Friday. Conn's department store, CONN, I believe is the symbol there. This courtesy of Earnings Whisper. Fear and greed, definitely a little bit to the oversold side now. We're at 23. This from CNN Business. Yesterday we had a 25 handle. We moved down a couple of more notches here. So we are in the extreme fear according to this gauge. But as I showed you with the VIX, we only have a 17 handle at the moment. As far as some of your top gainers for today: ELTK, RWLK, SOLY, VLRX, NETS, CARA. This courtesy of the trade exchange. AMRN was in our top 10 gainers, and we also had FCSC was in our top 10 gainers. Goose came out with earnings today. That stock was down. EVH, ANF, CAMP, CPRI had earnings today. That's the old Michael Kors. That stock not faring too well after their earnings. NEO was down today. TYME, ONCS, ITCB, some of the names that moved down for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the heat map courtesy of FinViz. Google losing about 2%. Facebook was down 1.15%. Amazon down about 1% on the day. Microsoft down about 1% on the day. A lot of red on our screens, as you can imagine. J&J getting hit for 4%, over 4% on J&J to the downside. Little pockets of green. We saw some Deere getting some buying, up 2.59% there. And not too much else green on the screen. Dow, DuPont up 1% on the day. CME over in the restaurant space was up 1.74% for the day. Once again, let's wrap up the market. So the markets continue to sell off. Day trading is working very well. Swing traders are being put through the paces right now. Very tough market to swing trade currently. As you can see, we've had this big bounce from 235 on the SPY back January in December, January. We had a big move up to 295, and right now we're at 278 and the 200 SMA. So we haven't given back too much. It's not. This is kind of a gradual sell-off. It's not a major push down like we had back here in December. It's gradual at the moment. All right. Now that can change at any time. And so just be aware of that. Maybe lighten up some of your positions just in case. All right. But let's see what they want to do with the market. Do they want to turn us back up, get us back over that 2,800, or are they going to break us down further? I think if we break down and start moving down below the 200 SMA, we could see a little more fear coming to the markets just to kind of repeat that whole thing again. So let's go ahead and get into the watch list for tomorrow. I'm looking for relative strength. Like we talked about, AMD had a big pop the other day, pulled back a little bit, but it's holding this 28 area, holding above all the major moving averages here on AMD. Out of the semiconductor space, this is one of the strongest stocks, so I'll be watching that. AMRN had some good strength today. We actually traded this over $18.55. Stock popped up almost to, let's see, what were the highs here today? 1967. So almost a $1 gainer on this AMRN today. Has that $20 number. That'll be on watch. ARRY has been very strong. Slight pullback here on ARRY. Watching this one for a possible reversal move back up. ARWR, same thing. Very strong stock in the biotech space, holding up very well, holding above 24 currently. Now, definitely needs to consolidate a little bit more, but keeping my eye on this one for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month going forward. ASCMA, this stock is holding up very well, has that $1.50 level up ahead. Let's check and see if there's anything going on after hours. Not really. Volume was only 195,000 shares, though, so that's a little bit low for me. But if we get up over that $1.50 area, could get some volume coming in. Beyond Meat, you got to play this one for pullbacks. Looks like it's headed towards $100 on BYND. Very strong stock. CHK in the oil sector, trying to bounce here. All right, has that 225 area up ahead. 67 million shares came in. I guess people bargain hunting a little bit on this CHK. Keep an eye on that one. CTHR, if this one can get up over a continuation move over this 215. Now, it had a big push up. Usually what you get is an inside day here. All right, but we'll be watching CTHR. Maybe we get a red to green move, which means a pullback move, a reversal move, and then a move back up. So be watching CTHR. CY, takeover chatter around this name. 24 million shares came into Cypress Semiconductor today. So we were looking for pullbacks and maybe entries on this name intraday. ELTK, I think it needs a day or two of rest. A big pop here. We played this for about a $2 gain today. But we'll keep it on watch. Maybe shorts are stuck here a little bit. So we'll see if that wants to play out. EVFM, now they're doing that cost cutting. So EVFM, this one over $6 looks interesting. Volume only 139,000 shares, but if this can get up over $6, might be interesting anymore. LK, now if you watched my video last night, we talked about this over this 1635. This is the line that I had on the chart from last night. As you can see, it got up over 1635, and the stock popped all the way up to $17.78. So hope some of you grabbed that off of the video last night. MAXR, this one had news a couple of days ago. Let's see, that was on the 23rd, Thursday. They popped it up. It's still holding the 20 SMA here, so MAXR will be on watch. They had news with NASA, I believe it was. OBLN, a lot of fits and starts in this name, but big volume coming into this. And after hours, OBLN is pushing pushing higher. Folks in the service actually got a trade in this from 106 up to about $1.30 today. RWLK recently did a reverse split back here in April, 1 for 25 reverse split, and that one popping and breaking out here above this $4 level, getting above the 50 SMA, 4.3 million shares. Keep it on watch. Another one, as we talked about, SE. Had that earnings gap. Now it pulled back to the 10 SMA here, so I'm watching to see if this wants to turn back up on SE. SBOT, volume 500,000 shares, starting to look a little bit better on the daily chart here. Has this $1.25 number that it needs to get above on SBOT. Silk, a recent IPO, pushing all the way up to about 50 bucks. Now we've come back down to about the 20 SMA. So keeping an eye on this one for maybe an intraday trade on that name. SOLY, maybe it needs a pause here, right? You had this big push up to over $28. Would like to see this rest a little bit, consolidate, but we'll definitely keep it on watch. Square, this one battling to hold this $63 area. We'll see if they want to reverse this one back up at any point for tomorrow. So looking for a bounce in that one. VLRX recently did a 1 for 20 reverse split. That was on the 20th of May. 4.8 million shares coming into this, trying to get above and hold above $4. Let's check it in the after hours. So they did get it up to 425 today. Then it pulled back. So this one will be on watch again for tomorrow. WHKS. This one, full disclosure, we have a swing trade going on in this name. We have some topping tails here at $1.80. If you're playing this intraday, watch that break of $1.80, and the daily chart holding up pretty well here through all this selling today. It's still holding above the fast moving averages on WKHS. They make electric trucks. So this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Hope this video helps you out. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when we do videos. Support the channel so we can grow and so I can continue doing videos for you. Hope you gained something from this video. Good trading tomorrow. This is the last video for the week. We're going into the summer, so we'll see if I'll do a video on Sunday, but the next video will be most likely Sunday, depending on the weather. All right. So this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Have a great day trading tomorrow.